everyone, my name is Christie and thank you for watching this panel. I applied to Guelph-Humber because the combination of the theoretical and applied learning really appealed to me. I learn best when I can see how theoretical principles are applied in the real world, and felt that the opportunities that Guelph-Humber offers, for instance, placement, thesis, and various other research opportunities would be a good fit for me. I also find that theoretical research is most impactful when you actually kind of apply it to the real world to make meaningful change. Something else that was very appealing is the small class sizes. As an introvert, I very much appreciate that. And finally, receiving both a degree and a diploma were kind of like I considered a nice bonus to Guelph-Humber. Regarding classes, the Aboriginal Study Abroad course was definitely the most life-changing experience I've had at Guelph-Humber, in addition to being very impactful in terms of learning opportunities. It completely changed my worldview, and the themes that I learned within it have actually been helpful with my current work, developing assessments aimed to be appropriate for Indigenous students, as well as evaluating programs that are kind of geared towards Indigenous students. So as I mentioned previously, I participated in the Aboriginal Study Abroad course run by Dr. David Danto. In the first part of the course, we read a textbook and academic articles to understand kind of the contextual factors regarding Indigenous peoples within Canada. Then we actually traveled to Northern Ontario, particularly Timmins, Moosonee, and Fort Albany. There we interacted with elders, community leaders, mental health professionals, as well as other members in the community. We also engaged in various cultural activities, such as making bannock. Throughout our time up north, we made journal entries, which kind of, actually reading back on them, highlight the shift in worldview and kind of perspectives and experiences that we had as we participated in the course. We then got back to Southern Ontario and wrote a paper. And so this course kind of highlights that connection between both theory and applied learning that Guelph-Humber kind of emphasizes. I was also fortunate enough to do some work study positions. In particular, I was a research assistant both for Dr. Peter Papadogiannis for quantitative research, as well as Dr. Jennifer Heinzman for some qualitative research. So with Dr. Peter Papadogiannis, he is a sports psychologist, and the team that I was a part of investigated how EEG-based mindfulness meditation can actually improve the cognitive performance and thus athletic performance of undergraduate student athletes, which was really cool. And then comparatively, with Dr. Jennifer Heinzman, we investigated the lived experiences and phenomenological experiences of undergraduate students as they engaged in various forms of social media. And I think the number one to highlight with both of these projects is that we, as undergraduate research assistants, were actually able to experience really great learning opportunities. With the support of the professors, we directly interviewed participants, we met with them, we cleaned and analyzed the data, both quantitative and qualitative. And we actually participated in writing up the literature review and results. This is extremely valuable and rare for undergraduate students to actually get that type of experience, which is something I would strongly kind of highlight. Right after graduating from the University of Guelph-Humber, I enrolled and completed my Master's of Developmental and Educational Psychology in January 2019 at the University of Toronto. I am currently in the second year of my PhD in the developmental and educational psychology at the University of Toronto. Finally, the wide variety of psychology courses that Guelph-Humber offers, both some that are required and some that are electives, was incredibly helpful in understanding what areas of psychology that I am particularly passionate about. And that also helped me decide on a career trajectory when, as an undergraduate student, there were so many areas of psychology that one could potentially choose from. So for me, I took an educational psychology course, and that just highlighted how much I am particularly passionate about that. And so obviously that helped me because I'm now doing my PhD in educational psychology. Yes, so thank you so much for listening. I hope this was helpful. Take care.